Welcome back for your very special and yummy update, friends. So the Bitcoin and crypto price action has been garbage. No other way to say it. Of course, we're dealing with a lot. Pain and agony. Many people believe that the crypto bear market is now starting. I feel like, hey, we are in a bear market. It's been going on for quite longer than you think. That's why there's a big discrepancy. I guess if you measure this cycle, it was a Bitcoin-only cycle. And then there was some residual demand given to Solana. A lot of the Solana money as well came from like the market repricing out of Ethereum into Soy as well. So it's basically rearranging furniture. Or if you have a pizza, you just cut it up in different slices. But we didn't grow the pie. We need to grow the pie. And yes, fans, I am wearing Christmas hats. I'm gonna keep wearing Christmas hats. You don't understand, fans. This is honestly the first year. I don't know, fans, literally since I was born, where I'm actually like, dude, I can't wait. Hurry up. Literally hurry up. Actually, I just remembered. I was desperate for Christmas back in 2022. That was the bear market as well. That's funny. That's funny, man. That's funny. Like, it's just, it is what it is. Trump inauguration, friends. Crypto's dumping, dump right before the weekly close. Trump inauguration, everything is down bigly since Trump's inauguration. That's why they wrote 2025 bull run since inauguration. Everything down, everything destroyed out here. Yeah, man. Mr. Do Hawks, thank you, sir, for all your lovely, passionate posts. Sheesh, we were promised a crypto bull run and the release of all of Epstein files. We got nothing. Just goes to show you it doesn't matter who the hell is in office. The golden age, sir. It's the golden age. Where's Kamala Krappus when you need her? And Mr. JP saying, watch Ethereum as well. And we love you, Mr. Shimshoni, as well. Oh, sex and conspiracy. Treason, Trump, Bubba. Yeah, I think that's related to, friends. In Jeffrey Epstein, someone made a leak, but I think this guy has lied before. He made a leak. He said, it's so weird. He says, Trump is blowing Bubba. That's what the word says. And people think what it means is, I think it was from the Jeffrey Epstein files. Hey, do you have that video of Trump blowing Bubba? And people think, I guess it refers to Trump blow blubber means Trump doing some sort of very non-family friendly action akin to eating a banana where you don't actually eat it, kind of, with Bill Clinton. Man, I'll tell you right now, man, that's going to be one hell of a, I don't know, look, I know it's a simulation. Nah, they can't throw that at us. You're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to see Trump hooking up with Bill Clinton, releasing some, you wouldn't even believe it. I wouldn't believe it. I'd be like, nah, that has to be AI. Do you know what I mean? But the guy who made this leak, who showed that, because that's actually real. They said Trump blah, blah, blah. It's actually in their Jeffrey Epstein files. But the guy who's suggesting what they think it is, yeah, it's not 100% true. I mean, like, but yeah, or maybe this is a sign of a sentiment. We've lost all hope. We're like, oh yeah. But you know what? I told you, if I saw it and someone told me, like, we'd get used to it pretty quick. I mean, like, you know, we've seen, look at the crazy things they've thrown at us in the past 10 years. You know, is it that hard to imagine? The US president's got some weird kink. I mean, friends, we all know Barack Obama, he is gay. I think he's bi. He's bi. I mean, even his biography, he says he contemplated sexual relationship with his college professor and stuff out here. So yeah, but that another thing where you go into as well, friends. A lot of the honeypotting that they do, a lot of these like big powerful people, they have they always do some really extreme sexual acts somewhere. They just do some really weird, like there's just someone's got a kink somewhere. That's all of them. Someone's into something. And you know, I don't know if it's like Mossad and Coconut Intelligence Agency honeypotting the politicians, whether like they discover everyone's kink or they get them just by being in that powerful position. But yeah, it's a crazy world. With crazy red candles, Bitcoin current Q4 worse than 2022 and 2019. I'm in shock. You heard that right? I'll cover this in juices. I'm still in shock, man. You're telling me our Q4 in 2025 is a worse return than in 2022 bear market? Do you understand what the industry was doing? It was literally, friends, we had Luna depegged. Okay, that year we had Celsius. FTX literally collapsed, dude. Literally FTX collapsed. The world Ponzi, the biggest Ponzi of all time, bigger than Bernie Madoff. All of that collapsing. Do you remember, like, just the FTX stadium, all of these things, and it was just like, oh, it's all Ponzi. You know, and we're actually worse return than that. Makes no sense, man. LibertySwap did a cool post on PulseChain PDI adoption. So obviously the prices are fluctuating a lot, but PulseChain core coins, all PulseChain coins have done a nice rise out here. And by nice, I really mean nothing, 2%. But yeah, you'll notice PDI and PWBTC are up 20%. So LibertySwap friends, they've done this post. So they've done this upgrade. So they're going to miss the dirty crypto. PulseChain, breaking news. LibertySwap officially deployed a PDI DEX and burn dashboard. They are finalizing upgrades and will post information in the short term. So this dashboard, I think, friends, from the swaps, it's, I think, in multi-bridge, and they're swapping and they take fees in the coin and it burns in all the transactions. There's a burning fee. Now, you might want to know, Sammy, what does that actually mean? Well, maybe I could draw just something for you, friends. This is what the roadmap has been hinted at. Okay. So PulseChain sits in the middle. Here's a P. And on the outskirts, you'll have like Ethereum, Avalanche, Soy, Pui, every chain, right? Polkadot, all these chains, layer 2s of Ethereum, all these chains, okay? And I guess the goal is, friends, for all of these to have liquidity bridges in and out of PulseChain, okay? And all of them is arbitrage, okay? So there's Ethereum, so there's basically on all these other chains, starting with Ethereum, there's like an Ethereum and Pulse pool, yeah? And there's like a PDI pool as well, a PDI and Pulse and a PDI Ethereum, and it's like on every chain. So everyone moving in and out, they're going to be swapping around and bridging in fees. And you might want to ask, but who's going to be bridging all the time in and out? Well, arbitrage bots. If there's price differentials all around on all the chains, yeah, arbitrage bots will be like, oh yeah, let's say PDI is, like, pray to God one day, you know, let's say PDI is like exactly 3 cents on PulseChain, and then like on Avalanche it's like 2.9 cents, right? So it would buy the PulseChain one all the way up to 3 cents. It would bridge it over to PulseChain. It would sell that buy at 2.9. It would sell it like 3 on PulseChain, and the fees will be buying and burning, and then, you know, and it'll be someone moving it up and down all the way out here. So yes, that's pretty much, I guess that's what the grand vision is for all of these. More, I guess there's more to come. I hope there's more friendship on the horizon. Yeah, so they did do this post as well. It is simple. It is simply how the adoption curve works. When Bitcoin and Ethereum first appeared, especially Ethereum, people called them scams and said they were useless and only good for ICOs. You never know what the next wave of awareness for a coin will arrive, when it will arrive. So they said, look, this PDI is here. Early investors, early adopters. And that's all like in Bitcoin. Obviously, remember, friends, I spent so long just teaching everyone. I go, dude, Michael Saylor is trying to tell you you're a visionary in Bitcoin. Bro, no, you're not. You're a laggard, dude. The government's in. You have an ETF now, dude. You're in the laggard. Michael Saylor got in as late majority. Yeah, you are not an early innovator visionary to buy Bitcoin at 2 trillion market. But what people do is, friends, they'll say, no, but compare it to the US money supply of 100 trillion. But that's like raising the target, you know? You're not an early innovator. Come on, man. You're not an early innovator. Every single person is buying it. A lot of people, yes, there's going to be more, but everyone's heard of it, okay? That's why it's hard, okay? The stuff we say, oh, I want to be an early innovator or something. Yeah, but you know Bitcoin succeeds. With a lot of these early innovator stuff, it doesn't mean they necessarily go up. I want to give you this update as well, friends. Crypto sentiment has cratered to 0. People are quitting crypto in numbers I've never seen. And the bottom isn't even in yet. Amazing. It's amazing. Imagine when 30 to 40K Bitcoin is here. It will be a ghost town. So that is... all these commenters, everybody's like really feeding in. Look, here's the thing, friends. Like, I'm not gonna come out and say, oh, I disagree or I agree. Obviously, I'm long and I want stuff to go up. All right. I'm not selling that. Okay. My strategy is not, oh, I think it's going somewhere. Let me guess. Because guess what? Everybody's 50-50 anyway, at best, over the long run. All right. That's not my edge. I don't have any edge doing that. I'm waiting for high prices. That's it. I'm waiting for elevated high prices. You know, I just say waiting for euphoria. People say, oh, I saw euphoria and stuff out here. Everyone's got their own measure, man. Because a lot of these people, friends, they have like 90% stablecoin portfolio allocation anyway. I want to see Coinbase App Store ranking top 10. It hit 13 back in March 2024. I want to see it top 10. I want to see it rank first. Or near rank first. Okay? I want to see $1 billion public ICO. Public ICO. $1 billion. I think it's a blessing. Pump Fund only did 600 million, because if they did $1 billion, I'd be a bit nervous. I'm like, oh crap, it did happen. Yeah, it was only 600 million. Yeah, I want to see, there's more of these things I want to see. I want to see all the ETFs released for those altcoins. I want to see a NASDAQ index release. Yeah, I want to see things along that nature. I'm not happy with the level of stuff we've seen right now. I want to see crypto near 10 trillion. It's 3. What a joke, bro. Nvidia by itself is almost double the size of it, okay? Sentiment is extremely low right now. Just hodl, everyone. Yeah, sentiment is very low. Pray for a better tomorrow. Check out Bitcoin cycle comparison, friends. As you get to see, I want you to think about in your image right now. I just showed you the adoption thing of like early visionary, you know, the PDI one, early visionary, and then the late is a laggards, right? See that, the adoption curve. You can see, dude, if you're buying Bitcoin in the first cycle, early visionary, okay? This is Bitcoin goes from like $1, whatever, $30, ends up at 1,000 up here, right? And yeah, ends up at $1,000 here. Okay, and the next cycle ends up at 20,000. And then in that 2021 cycle, it ends up at 60,000. So if this one's topped out, what is this? Around 120. Okay, see how it's diminishing hard. You're not early visionary laggard. We know this, dude. We know this, okay? But yeah, you just see just like absolute trash. Absolute garbage. Now, but you got as well, people say, but you know, the returns are still great. Yeah, kind of still great, kind of, but not for the risk. You know what I mean? Not Bitcoin, dude, we know you can literally go to zero tomorrow and you drop 70% and the government doesn't come out and rescue you. You know, so it doesn't come out and rescue you. You don't get a forced bid from the entire world population. Whereas in the stock market, you do. If stocks drop, every politician is voting to print money and to spend and to tax everybody to get a bid on it. Everybody is. And they've shown it time and time again. You don't get that in crypto. You don't. Right? So you have more risk with that. So you'd think you get more return. But yeah, that's the risk part, right? Risk doesn't guarantee the return. The world is skyrocketing searches for AI bubble, friends. Check this out. Look at this. AI bubble, Google search terms is literally going parabolic. Wild, man. It probably means it's not going to pop here then. Yeah. That's usually because friends, if everybody's searching bubble, it means they think it's high, which means they're sidelined. Okay, so friends, you never know, right? Like there might be a meme that develops later on, a meme that turns into a real thing, like AI startups, maybe some buzzword, and we might see AI startups go like parabolic, and it might be like mum and dad people saying, "Hey, how can I do my own AI company chip startup? How can I do my AI, my own AI?" But there'll be another word for it. You know, it'll be like, how can I quit my job and do this new thing? So normally what happens at the tops of cycles is people quit their jobs to day trade. They did it to flip JPEGs. They day trade in 2017. Some of you actually did. Actually, some people have experience doing it. But that's always a top signal. It's because everybody sees all the volume and they're like, oh, look at all this amazing volume. I'm just going to stop doing my job. I'm going to come here. But what you don't know is that's the last 10% of a cycle where the volume is so great and there's all these big swings and everything's going up as well, uptrending and big price moves going up. Everyone says, oh, that's such a sustainable and reliable thing. No, it's not. That's the end of the moves, okay? I hope they don't figure out I'm printing money soon. This is Jerome Powell, major loser. Remember, US Fed rate cut odds are down to like 40% and stuff out here. This is the total altcoins, friends. Total altcoins. Shout out to Parzival as well. Here we have Travis as well. Please. Yeah, man, this is total altcoins. It's in this big, giant, freaking 5-year wedge. And total altcoins, market cap, excluding Bitcoin, is hanging around here. Man, please don't crack down, man. Just... Jeez, man. It's just because every time they do, someone curses it, but whatever. Also, another yummy update for you, friends. So, yes, we've got a Raoul Pal post. I covered it for you briefly in Juicy News. He basically said he thinks this week the US Fed... I hate going through this. I got so much PTSD. Oh, my gosh. I got so much... You know why, friends? Because I just share with you. Why do I have PTSD from this junk? It's because in 20, you could just tell, right, when the economy cracking. So think about what was going to get the PMI for crypto season. DeFi season happened here, okay? DeFi season happened here. But the first US S&P 500 crack was here. So, my gosh, man. Firstly, we had a liquidation point. Like, even if you go, oh, let's say we are actually at the bottom. Like, the timing is literally 640 days. Zombie virus actually happened here. So, if you're talking about when they actually activate QE, but you don't feel good at all. You know, by the time the stimulus is like, oh, something's actually working, it's up here, okay? So, yeah, they do QE stuff out here, but you're not happy because you think it's really, really bad. You don't know it's going to work out good. So, if we just take this time from near the bottom, I mean, like, let's say there's more liquidation. That's 2 years, man. So, that's all I'm going to share with you. It's 2 years of like, oh, they're going to have to act. Oh, there's like another month, a little crack, and then another little crack, and it's it just takes forever, man. It just literally just takes forever, but whatever. But they stopped QT now already, so whatever, man. Hopefully we're towards the end of 2018, 2019. Crypto is trading like a stressed funding vehicle, reflecting the broken plumbing. Stocks are cushioned by buybacks and performance chasing for now, but they risk a repeat of 2018, 19. So I just showed you when Bitcoin capitulated from 6K to 3K, the S&P just dunked 20%. Pretty much. I think it was actually 19.9%, and the US Fed did emergency rate cut. They go, okay, no more rate cuts. Actually, we're going to hold rates. Actually, we'll give you a rate cut. No more tightening. That's what happened. It's clear the Fed are concerned, and remember the feds, they met with banks, the New York Fed, and then he says the bigger battle is that the Treasury wants control over liquidity via banks. It's more mechanical talk and stuff out here. The reality is it's still debasement, smoke and mirrors. This week will be volatile until it's all solved. The big fix is the ESLR changes, which are now becoming more urgent, key source of financing deficits. You can hear the cowbell in the distance getting rapidly louder and closer. This will usher in the 2026 cycle extension as $7 trillion of interest payments need to get serviced. I hope so. I just don't know what else to say. Back then, friends, you know, when they stopped QT, this is what happened. All right, this is what happened. Like something, they stop QT and then things go up. Okay, so it's planned QT ending. Is something gonna crack? That's honestly, friends. If you want to know what actual people who are bearish, they're bearish to go look. A lot of people say, "Hey, yeah, I know they're gonna print money, but they're not printing money now." And they say, "Yeah, I know they're gonna come and do stuff," but they say bearish people will say, yeah, but I'm in stablecoins because they're going to crack everything first and I'm going to be able to get in and you guys are like down another 50 to 90%. That's always the bear case. They basically, what they say is they say, well, I know prices are cheap, but they're going to go cheaper and you guys are going to get destroyed even more. It's going to be, and they're basically saying this. It's kind of funny. So what people are saying, they are saying this 2025, that this was a bull market out here. But remember, they're not looking at ratios. They're just looking at some isolated, you know, like Mother Coin from Iggy and like Tekashi in the trenches and like Dog with Hat. And they're calling it. But, you know, it is what it is. We don't know. We just don't know. I'm going to be with you every step of the way. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you soon.